Friends, today we will see what is the difference between permgen versus metaspace. Okay, so when first of all we will see some references regarding garbage collection, and let's say whenever we are doing garbage collection, right? So at that time, whenever no reference is present for any object, then that object is eligible for garbage collection. Okay, then we come to and in heap memory is divided into two parts. If we go to this one, heap memory, let's say this is the heap memory. Okay, it is divided into two parts. This is first part, that is young generation is the one part, and old generation is the second part. Okay, and this is called as metaspace, and it is outside of the heap memory. Before Java 8, this metaspace was called as permgen space, and it was part of your heap area. But now this metaspace is separated in Java 8, and actually this metaspace will contain the metadata about your class. We will see that later. Okay, so for now just consider this heap memory this heap memory. Okay, this is divided into two parts. Okay, first is young generation, second is old generation. Okay, and there is one more part outside of the heap that is called as metaspace. That's what we saw here. Okay, then young generation is again divided into three parts. This is young generation, and it is divided into three parts like this. Hidden space is first part, S0, that is survivor space, is second part, and survivor 1 is the third part. So we can say young generation is again divided into three parts. Okay, whenever you create any object, that is employee E1 equal to new employee E2 equal to new employee E3 equal to new employee E4 equal to new employee, and so on. Then whatever E1, E2, E3, all those employees you are getting created, right? These employees will be stored inside the hidden area first. In hidden area, you will store those employees. Okay. Yeah, those employees are getting stored in hidden area. As soon as you create new object, it will go to hidden space. Whatever object you will create, those will go to hidden space. Okay, that is E1, E2, E3, E4. It will go to hidden space first. When first time garbage collector runs, there is one algorithm called as mark and sweep algorithm. Let's say E1 and E2 are no more needed, and their reference is no more pointing to any objects. Then they are eligible for garbage collection, and whatever this hidden and sweep algorithm is there, that will mark them as no more needed. If you see this red mark here, right? This red mark. Here we have marked it. E1 is not needed anymore, and E2 is also not needed anymore. So E1 and E2 are eligible for garbage collection. Then it will remove them from the memory. Okay. What sweep algorithm will do? It will remove them E1 and E2 from memory, and then it will sweep E3 and E4 into S0 space. This E3 and E4 remains now. It will move E3 and E4 here. If you see here, E3 is moved here and E4 is moved here. And it will also increase their age to 1. So E3 age is 1, E4 age is 1. Okay. And its age is added like E3 age is 1, E4 age is 1, and so on. This is called as minor GC. Whatever this process is there, bringing the objects from mgen, bringing the objects from hidden to S0 space, that is called as nothing but minor garbage collection. Okay, and let's say after some time another object got created. Let's say this E5 and E6 got created. Okay, later, and let's say after some time another E5 and E6 got created. And these will be created in the hidden space. Whenever the new object is getting created, it will created in hidden space. So And let's say E3 and E6 are no more reference. Okay, E3 and E6 are no more reference, so that we have marked them is using a garbage collection, and it will delete from memory. It will be deleted from memory. Then now it will move E5 and E5. Okay, whatever E5 it was remaining there. Okay, it will move E5 to S0 space. Okay, and mark their age as 1. Okay, now E4 and E5 are present in S0. E5 is there and E4 is there. Okay, so they are present in S0. Now it will move this from S0 to S1, and it will increase their age. That sweep algorithm, what it will do, it will move E4 and E5 from S0 to S1, and it will increase their age to by 1. Okay, previously the age was 1, now it will increase the age by 1, that is age equal to 2. Now E4 age is 2 and E5 age is also 2. Okay, and let's say we have set some threshold value. Okay, some threshold value will be there, and let's say threshold value is 3, and after 3 we will promote it. Okay, what promote means, if it is reached the threshold value of age 3, then it will move to old gen space. It is called as major GC. Now let's say E4's threshold value is reached to 3, E5's threshold value is reached to 3, it will move this E4 and E5 to this old gen space, and this is called as major garbage collection. If you see it here, okay, it is called as major garbage collection. Now in old gen, GC runs very less as compared to young gen. Okay, in old gen, GC run very less because in young gen frequently objects are getting added, so garbage collection is running very fast in young gen, but in old gen garbage collection is running very slow. Whatever objects are present in old gen, they are big objects, mere they use too frequently, because you can easily identify that you are using their age, right? Young gen is very fast activities happening, creating, deleting object, very fast activities are happening in young gen, but in old gen very less activities are happening. That's why garbage collection is running very slow in old gen. Okay, now there is meta space out of heap memory. This is the meta space. Okay, and this is out of his heap memory. Okay, this is our meta space. And this metabase will have the class variable like static variables. It will store the class metadata. It will store the static final fields. It will store the class variables. Okay, whatever the global variables are there, it will store in metaspace. And when the JVM need this, JVM take it from metaspace. So this is the main uh, main idea behind the garbage collection. Okay, thank you for watching, and keep learning.